Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting. And in this video, we're going to talk about a very interesting piece, the Australia 20 cents coin from the year 2002, especially in very fine condition, and its current market value. Let's start with a little history to understand why this coin matters. The Australian 20 cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia switched to decimal currency. Since then, it has remained a key part of everyday transactions across the country. The 2002 issue is not extremely rare in general circulation, but what makes it interesting for collectors is its condition and preservation over time. Coins that survive in very fine condition hold much more appeal because they retain most of their original details with only light wear visible on the high points. Now, when we talk about condition, a very fine coin means it has been used in circulation, but still shows clear design details. On the obverse side of the 2002 Australian 20 cent coin, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Even in very fine condition, the facial features and hair details are still visible, though slightly worn. On the reverse side, the iconic platypus design by Stuart Devlin remains one of the most loved coin designs in Australia. In a very fine coin, the platypus is still clearly recognizable, and the water ripples around it are partially visible. Talking about the background and composition of this coin, the Australian 20 cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a combination of copper and nickel. This gives the coin its silver-like appearance and durability. The coin weighs and has a distinctive scalloped edge, which makes it easy to identify even by touch. This unique shape is one of the reasons collectors and enthusiasts appreciate Australian coins, as they stand out compared to standard round coins. Now let's move to collector demand. The 2002 Australian 20 cent coin is not considered a rare coin in general, but demand increases significantly when the coin is in better condition. Collectors often look for coins that are closer to uncirculated condition, but very fine coins still hold value, especially for beginners who are building their collections without spending too much money. The demand also depends on factors like mint quality, shine, and whether the coin has any unique features or errors. Coming to the current market value, the price of a 2002 Australian 20 cent coin in very fine condition is usually modest but still meaningful for collectors. On average, such a coin can be worth around $1,050,000 to $175,000 Australian dollars, depending on its exact condition and market trends. If the coin is in better condition or has exceptional eye appeal, the value can be slightly higher. While this might not seem like a huge amount, the real value lies in the joy of collecting and the historical connection these coins provide. For those of you who are collectors or thinking about starting your journey, here are some helpful tips. Always store your coins in a safe, dry place to prevent damage. Avoid cleaning coins, as this can actually reduce their value. Try to handle coins by their edges to keep fingerprints off the surface. It's also a good idea to learn about grading standards so you can better understand the condition of your coins. And most importantly, collect what you enjoy, because passion is what makes this hobby truly rewarding. As we come to the conclusion, the Australia 20 cents 2002 coin in very fine condition may not be extremely rare, but it still holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. Its beautiful design, durable composition, and connection to Australia's decimal currency history make it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, every coin has a story, and this one is no exception. Next up, today we are going to explore something truly fascinating for coin lovers and collectors. We will be talking about the Australia 20 cents 1967 coin in fine condition and its current market value today. If you enjoy coin collecting or you are curious about hidden treasures in old coins, then this video is definitely for you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the story behind this beautiful piece of history. The Australian 20 cent coin was first introduced in 1966, just 1 year before the 1967 version we are discussing today. This was a significant moment in Australia's history because the country transitioned from the old pound system to the decimal currency system. The 1967 coin represents one of the early years of this modern currency, which makes it quite special for collectors. Now, when we talk about a fine condition coin, we are referring to a coin that has been circulated but still maintains a good amount of its original detail. You may notice some wear on the high points of the design, but the overall appearance is still attractive and clear. These coins often tell a story, having passed through many hands over the years, and that adds to their charm. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin is made from a copper-nickel composition. This gives it a strong and durable structure, allowing many of these coins to survive decades of circulation. The coin weighs around and has a distinctive round shape with a slightly larger size compared to other coins, which makes it easy to recognize. On the reverse side, the coin features a beautiful design of a platypus, one of Australia's most unique native animals. This design was created by artist Stuart Devlin and remains one of the most iconic coin designs in Australia. On the obverse side, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's connection to the British monarchy at the time. The combination of its strong material, artistic design, and historical context makes this coin both durable and visually appealing. When it comes to collector demand, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin holds a steady and positive position in the numismatic market. While it is not considered extremely rare, it is still highly appreciated by collectors who are building sets of early decimal Australian coins. Collectors often look for coins in the best possible condition, so even a fine condition coin can attract attention, especially if it has good detail and a pleasing appearance. Many beginners start with coins like this because they are affordable, yet historically meaningful. The demand also increases slightly when collectors aim to complete specific year sets, or when they are interested in coins from the early decimal era. So overall, the demand is stable and encouraging for anyone holding this coin. Now let's talk about what many of you are most curious about: the current market value of the Australia 20 cents 1967 coin in fine condition. As of today, a coin in fine condition typically holds a modest but respectable value. In general, you can expect it to be worth around $140,000 to $175,000, depending on its exact condition, shine, and detail. In some cases, if the coin is closer to very fine condition or has particularly attractive features, it may fetch slightly more. It's important to remember that coin values can vary depending on market trends, collector interest, and where you sell the coin. Online marketplaces, coin dealers, and auctions may all offer slightly different prices. While this coin may not make you instantly rich, it certainly holds value as a collectible and as a piece of history, which is something many collectors truly appreciate. If you are a collector or planning to become one, this coin is a great addition to your collection. One of the best things you can do is to store your coins properly in protective holders or albums to prevent further wear. Always handle coins carefully, preferably by the edges, to avoid fingerprints or damage. It's also a good idea to learn more about grading, as understanding coin conditions can help you identify better pieces and make smarter buying or selling decisions. Another helpful tip is to keep an eye on the market and stay connected with other collectors. Sometimes values increase over time, especially for coins that gain popularity or become harder to find in good condition. Most importantly, enjoy the journey of collecting. Every coin has a story, and building a collection is not just about value, but also about passion and history. In conclusion, the Australia 20 cents 1967 coin in fine condition is a wonderful piece for both new and experienced collectors. It represents an important period in Australia's monetary history, features a beautiful and iconic design, and maintains a steady place in the collector market. While its current value may be modest, its historical significance and collectible appeal make it truly worthwhile. Coins like this remind us that even everyday objects can carry stories from the past and connect us to history in a unique way. Next up, today we are going to explore a very interesting and unique coin that many people may overlook, but collectors truly appreciate. We are talking about the Australia 20 cents coin from the year 2001, especially the one that shows a rust green tone and is still in fine condition. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but it carries history, character, and surprising value in today's market. Let's begin by understanding the history of this coin. The Australian 20-cent coin has been part of the country's currency system since 1966, when Australia switched to decimal currency. The 2001 version of this coin was issued during a period when minting quality was consistent, and millions of coins were circulated across the country. On one side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing Australia's connection to the British monarchy. On the reverse side, there is the iconic platypus design, which is one of the most beloved and recognizable images in Australian coinage. The year 2001 itself was not a special commemorative year for this coin, but coins from this era have now aged enough to attract attention, especially when they develop unique characteristics like rust green toning. Now let's talk about the condition of the coin. A coin described as fine condition means that it has been used in circulation, but still retains clear details. The design elements such as the platypus and the Queen's portrait are visible, although there may be some wear on the high points. The rust green color that some of these coins develop is particularly interesting. This coloration is not actually rust in the traditional sense, but rather a result of oxidation and environmental exposure over time. Instead of reducing the value, this natural toning can sometimes make the coin more attractive to collectors who enjoy coins with personality and a unique appearance. Moving on to the background and composition, the Australian 20-cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a mixture of copper and nickel. This combination gives the coin durability and resistance to corrosion. But over long periods, and under certain conditions, it can still develop surface changes like the greenish tone we are discussing today. The coin has a distinctive scalloped edge with 12 sides, making it easy to recognize even without looking closely. Its weight and size also give it a solid feel, which collectors often appreciate when handling older coins. Now let's discuss collector demand, which is a very important factor. While the 2001 Australian 20-cent coin is not considered rare in terms of mintage, collector interest increases when the coin has unusual features. A rust green toned coin in fine condition can attract attention because it stands out from the typical silver-colored appearance. Many collectors enjoy adding such coins to their collection as toned examples, especially if the toning is even and visually appealing. Additionally, beginner collectors often look for affordable coins like this to start their journey, which keeps demand steady in the market. Coming to the current market value, the standard 2001 Australian 20-cent coin in circulated condition usually holds a modest value close to its. However, when the coin has a unique rust green tone and is still in fine condition, its value can increase slightly. Depending on the coin's overall appearance, the intensity of the toning, and buyer interest, it may sell for $1.40, $0 to $175,000 more than in international collector markets. In some cases, if the toning is particularly attractive or rare-looking, it could fetch even higher prices among niche collectors. It is important to remember that value is always influenced by demand, presentation, and timing. Now let's talk about some helpful tips for collectors. If you come across a coin like this, it is always a good idea to preserve its condition. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can remove the natural toning and reduce its value. Store it in a dry and safe place, preferably in a coin holder or album. Take clear pictures if you plan to sell or showcase it online, because presentation plays a big role in attracting buyers. Also, try to learn more about coin grading and toning, as this knowledge will help you identify valuable pieces in the future. As we come to the conclusion, this Australia 20 cents 2001 rust green coin reminds us that even common coins can become special over time. Its history, unique appearance, and steady collector interest make it a small but meaningful piece of numismatic treasure. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, coins like this add character and excitement to your collection. Next up, today we are diving into something truly fascinating for coin lovers and collectors around the world. We're going to talk about the Australia 20 cents coin from 1968, especially focusing on pieces that are in very fine condition and what their market value looks like today. If you enjoy discovering the hidden value in everyday coins, then this is going to be an exciting journey for you. Let's begin by exploring the history behind this coin. The 20-cent coin was introduced shortly after Australia transitioned to decimal currency in 1966, replacing the old pound system. The 1968 issue is part of those early years, which makes it especially interesting for collectors. These coins were produced during a time when Australia was modernizing its currency, and they represent an important piece of the country's financial history. Holding one of these coins is like holding a small piece of the late 1960s, a time of growth and transformation. When we talk about the condition of a coin, it plays a huge role in determining its value. A 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition means that the coin has been in circulation, but still retains a good amount of its original detail. The design elements are clear, although there may be some noticeable wear on the higher points. The edges are still defined, and the overall appearance remains attractive. This level of condition is quite popular among collectors because it offers a balance between affordability and visual appeal. Now let's take a closer look at the background and composition of this coin. The Australian 20-cent coin features a beautiful platypus design on the reverse side, which is one of Australia's most unique and beloved native animals. The obverse side traditionally shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's connection to the Commonwealth. The coin is made from a cupronical alloy, which is a mixture of copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin its silver-like appearance and also ensures durability, allowing it to withstand years of circulation. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is understanding collector demand. The 1968 Australian 20-cent coin is not considered extremely rare, but it is still highly collectible due to its age and historical significance. Collectors who focus on Australian decimal coins often seek to complete full sets from the 1966, and this makes the 1968 issue an important piece of the puzzle. Coins in very fine condition are especially attractive because they are more accessible than uncirculated examples, yet still hold strong collectible value. Demand remains steady, particularly among beginner and intermediate collectors who are building their collections. Now let's talk about what many of you are most curious about, which is the current market value. As of today, a 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition typically ranges between $2.20 to $40,000, depending on the exact level of wear and overall eye appeal. In some markets, especially where Australian coins are more popular, the value can be slightly higher. While this might not seem like a huge amount, it's important to remember that value in coin collecting is not only about price, but also about history, rarity, and the joy of collecting. For those of you who are collectors or thinking about becoming one, there are a few helpful tips to keep in mind. Always pay close attention to the condition of the coin, as even small differences can significantly affect its value. Try to store your coins properly in protective holders to prevent damage over time. It's also a good idea to learn how to identify key details and variations, as some coins may have unique features that increase their worth. Most importantly, collect coins that genuinely interest you, because passion is what makes this hobby truly rewarding. As we come to the conclusion, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is a wonderful example of how everyday currency can turn into a collectible treasure over time. It may not be the rarest coin out there, but it carries historical importance, beautiful design, and steady demand among collectors. Whether you are just starting your journey or already have an established collection, this coin is a meaningful addition that reflects both history and craftsmanship. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content about coins and collectibles. I'll see you in the next video with another interesting discovery.